Surrounded by
I am
that.
surrounded by
Bro, that's
Surrounded by
the
entire system is surrounded by
End of Watch is one of them ones.
Oh,
Him and Michael Pena.
I've fallen asleep on it multiple.
Oh, nigga, I never felt so bad for cops.
Really?
Like I really was like,
That's what it does.
I was like, I like these two cops. No.
That's hilarious.
Like, yeah, I really, it was one of them ones. Jarhead was another one they was really pumping up.
Damn, he's in all. See, these are all those movies that they're good, but
They're not like
they're not
Training Day good,
Yeah,
but
they're
like
not game changing.
yeah, but it's like I remember them pumping it up to be like one of them.
Nigga,
ones.
you know how many times on Jarhead we said, "Hoorah!"
You know what I'm saying?
With nigga,
And then I watched Jarhead. I was like, nothing's happening.
not much hoorah.
There's not a lot of. This is about them being mad that they're not going to war or something like that. Like,
Is that what it was?
I think Jarhead was. I think that's the one with Jamie Foxx, and he kept trying to find action, and he like couldn't. Like there was no.
I got action. No, I don't.
There's no one to kill.
That's funny. Wait, hold on. I gotta look up what Jarhead was, cause they pushed the fuck out of that movie.
Day After Tomorrow. It's one of them. The Day After Tomorrow is an iconic.
Okay, very quickly. In the 1980s, Anthony Swafford, Jake Gyllenhaal, enlists as a Marine, training in boot camp under a sadistic drill instructor.
Shit.
Swafford undertakes a sniper course headed by Staff Sergeant Sykes, Jamie Foxx. During this time, which is shortly before the advent of the Gulf War, when the United States becomes involved, Swafford is shipped out along with his spotter, Alan Troy, facing uncertain each day of the war. Yeah, so they go to war, I guess.
I just remember he wanted to shoot somebody so bad.
That was it.
And they was like, no.
That's funny. Oh, the Allstate guy's in it. Dennis Haysbert.
Oh, I love him.
Are you in good hands?
That's our stand.
That's Allstate stand. Bro, could you
I
imagine
cheated on my wife in loving basketball. I don't.
how are you? this nigga goes away. We get a good thing going.
Hey,
And then he just goes away.
I needed a
Oh,
break.
we're still recording on
We're
that.
still recording.
Okay,
Yeah,
I'm
we're
just
good.
making sure.
I
Okay,
was
we're
just
good.
checking.
Yeah, good.
Yeah, after that one scare.
Yeah, I like. Did I tell you I almost lost audio the other day?
Oh,
So I'm doing my thing. Everything's good. Trucking along.
Yeah.
I guess I stepped on the charger,
Oh no.
and you know how like that one little piece can
Yeah.
get. Yeah. So I'm interviewing my boy Chris Massey.
Uh-huh. Oh, Chris was it?
Yes.
You're killing me, man. You bringing
know
all
Chris?
these. Yes, I know.
Of course
Chris.
you would, but like, okay, nigga.
Me, Chris, and Kyle. When I was a little boy, we went to the Bahamas, and they were there, like in the Bahamas, and so we were just cool running around the Bahamas as
That's
kids.
wild.
And then Chris, Kyle's, Chris a real nigga.
Man, first, nigga,
Chris
he sat here and talked for 3 hours.
Chris the realest nigga
Bro,
in the
we
world.
just going. We start talking about Africa. He's telling me how beautiful Kenya is. He's talking, bro. We went on and on. Start talking about why Africa's so small on the map.
Mhm.
How
Oh,
they-
yeah, we know why.
Oh yeah, bro. we went all the way in, and it's just funny because he's talking and like I was gonna wrap it up at one point, like an hour 45 in, and then he was like still all in it. So I was like, bet. But long story short, my laptop's over here dying. Everything, nothing else is going 3 hours. So everything is good. And then I just noticed right before he had to stop for 1 second, I go, oh, I look over, my laptop just dies. And then I'm like, no. I grabbed
It
the
died
charger.
in front of you.
It
Died
died
in front before your eyes.
before my eyes. And then I hurry up, grab, like, plug in the thing. I'll go fix it because I'm like, what the fuck? Then it turns back on, and then all I have is 2 audio files. Luckily, they're like 2 gigabytes in size, so there's something in there.
Yeah.
But they don't open.
It's because you tried to open it too quick before the computer rebooted. I don't know.
No. So it's when you export,
Mhm.
it makes it a WAV file. I guess there's some extra ones and zeros in there that it closes it out. It finishes it off. There's a program called Audacity. Everybody's pretty much heard of it. It's the free fucking audio program. Bro, you can import the shit as raw data, and then it just remade the bro. When I tell you I was so pissed, I like 'cause 3 hours. I'm like, this was great, and then the shit's just not working. I'm like, oh no, bro. Audacity, it's free. It's free.
Pull it up, Jamie.
Got it. Oh, you show the people Audacity, Maestro. Because the audacity
just
it
in case
had.
of the audacity of these motherfuckers trying to delete your
Bro, it's like every time I do something great, they just want to hold me back.
man.
You know how it goes.
I know how it goes, but because also losing that with Chris, because Chris is
No, it was great. So
every time I see him, it's all love. It's all like just good. Like I know my homies know him because he was out in Atlanta, and like they would party, go over to his house, and
right,
like, have fun at his house. And I remember somebody was telling me a story about somebody started tripping, and Chris pulled out a shotgun or something and shot it. He didn't shoot nobody. Like he didn't do nothing illegal.
Yeah,
he did
said,
nothing
hey.
illegal. We were in Atlanta. He was on his property, and he was like, "Hey,
I can see it too.
Stop that shit, bruh." And everybody was like, "Oh shit!" And everybody remember that. Like that nigga has never been flawed.
Bro, real nigga.
Yeah.
Like that's one of those people, and that's what I say, man. There's people in this industry who are really just great people.
Yeah,
and they real niggas through and through, regardless of if they on TV or not. But then you got them other ones. It's a lot of them other ones.
You know what? I want to say Raven Simone has always been very nice to me.
I've only met her in passing, and she was nice, but it was passing. Like there wasn't no like, oh, Raven, this is Maestro and Maestro.
It was just that's Raven's my sister's best friend.
Oh, wow,
and
that's really cool.
Raven has always been solid with my sister. Every time I'm with her, she good to me. We supposed to be on a carnivore diet right now, but
supposed to be.
I just couldn't. But I just want to shoot her some bail because, you know what I'm saying? A lot of people be attacking.
What, Raven?
They be saying like slight shit.
Well, she did do The View. No. Okay, so I've noticed, and correct me if I'm wrong, and I think you can sympathize with this. Something about that show post Barbara Walters
brings controversy.
Yeah, but it brings controversy because it's like it's the Fox News of the other side.
Oh man, and it's just now it's white women just.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. And then it's like, because remember, even they had the
I'm talking about the consumer. The
consumer is the white
women.
That's what I'm saying. And then they had their issues even with the black woman who was on there before, and then
and
Whoopi,
John McCain's
and Whoopi had her. Yeah,
Whoopi had her situation. John McCain's daughter came on.
That's what
and
it
was tripping. And
what did
she was saying why? Like she was tripping, and like Whoopi was like, "Hey, shut up." You don't know what you're talking about. And then she would be like, well, my father. She was always hitting niggas with my father.
She demands that she stop talking.
Father. Yeah, look, yeah. Whoopi said, shut up.
Let me see.
And it's like, Whoopi got 10 years. So like on The View, although they got Whoopi in trouble because she said, what'd she say?
What? Whoopi said something
about the.
Here's what's happening now. We're gonna
show
keep,
ever.
Girl, please stop talking. Please stop talking right now. Because you know what? What's happening? Thank you.
Yep, you heard that right.
Yeah.
Well, what was the controversy? I don't want to play.
Why? No, why did Whoopi get kicked off? I mean, Whoopi did something on The View that she had. She says, did she say something about the? I don't want to.
Wait, she's not kicked off The View.
No, she's back, but she had to like.
Did Whoopi
get in trouble on The View?
Get in trouble on The View. Let's see. Whoopi Goldberg's review after Holocaust. Oh boy.
Yeah,
Yikes, that's tough.
What's the Kanye meme where he said, "I'm not gonna say." What
I
what
can't
kind
say
of doctor
it was.
It was. He was a Jewish.
That shit was so funny. I'm not gonna say it. When we go versus Bennett from The View after saying Holocaust isn't about race. U.S. talk show host and actor Whoopi Goldberg has been suspended for saying it's not about race. Her suspension from The View was announced in a statement released. First off, what the fuck is this? It's like this is a sports league? She's suspended? We got to put you on the bench, Whoopi. What kind of shit is this?
What did she actually say? Because the thing about it is, when they're reporting on it, they like to...
Okay, that's what she said. Let's be truthful. The Holocaust isn't about race. It's not. It's about a man's inhumanity to man. That's what it's about. These are two groups of white people, she said on The View. That's what got her in trouble. She dropped a little bit of bloop. That's what got her in trouble. That last sentence.
I'm not going to say
that she could possibly be. See, that's a weird thing. So check it out. Growing up, south side of Chicago, let's be real. I didn't grow up next to any Jewish people. That's fair, right? Not in my community.
Not in your area.
Yeah,
I grew up around Jewish
right.
people.
And you lived in a much nicer community.
Okay.
No, I'm just saying.
I'm not fighting it.
That's what I'm saying. So, growing up the way I grew up, I was never privy to understanding. I always thought, I was like, okay, I remember the day somebody explained to me, I was like, okay, they're both
white.
They're both white. There's two white people. What's the problem here? And then I was explained that, Jewish people are different. But then what I never understood was, and still to this day, we should Google. I don't quite understand. I don't know if it's a religion or if it's actually a race of people.
Well, they'll explain it to you. But there's also different sects that will explain it differently to you. And it's like, listen, bro, y'all scary. That's just where I'm at. Y'all scare the freak out of me. Everyone that just says something, instead of just schooling people, they punish people. And it's like, that's terrifying. And that is what's leading people to be scared, because they can't say their piece. And if they're not able to say their piece, then you can't school. Or you can't, you're just penalizing.
Yeah, because then it's like...
Because just how you said, you a little black boy, all you see is two white people.
Literally.
White people, white on white hate. If they talk about black on black crime, that to you is like white on white crime.
Right.
You're like, wait a minute, it just seems like because Germany, and that they're Jewish, but they're white. So why do they...
Yeah, well, you know what, I remember what I used to, I think it was after I watched, I'm not even lying, I think it was after I watched The Pianist. And I watched it at a young age, but I still was like, wait, but I don't get it. And then I started questioning, and this is logical thinking, A plus B. Then I'm like, why did they claim it so hard? Because I'm sure you could act like you weren't. Some people could pass.
I can't tell.
You know what I mean? Think about how many black people back in our parents, not sure, quite your parents, but our grandparents' days, there was black people who would just pass.
White passing.
Yeah, because it just
just be like, you know what, it's just easier like this.
It's easier like this.
I don't feel like y'all dragging me out, beating my ass because I'm black.
Right. Even just sometimes, if you had light-skinned kids and you had a light-skinned wife, you would let the kids and the wife go places you might not go with them.
Go.
Yeah.
Go enjoy yourselves. Go ahead. Go. Tell me how the food is.
Tell me how to bring
me back. Give me some to go, baby.
I need that.
I want to try it.
I heard the white people make peach cobbler.
Yeah. White only pies.
The white only pies. How much? Hey, how much is gonna cost to turn them white only pies into some nigga pies?
We just wanted to.
We just want to. I just want to see what they look like.
I just want to see what they hitting for. And it's crazy because it's like, why? And then it all comes back to why. But I mean, the Holocaust. You ever try to play Who Suffered More with a Jewish person?
Oh no, because I end up.
No.
Yeah. Yeah, no. Because I'm gonna explain something to you that I don't like. And I'm one who, to a fault, a lot of times I know, and I hear from my friends or not really my friends because they understand me, just like you understand me. But I'll definitely hear from like black people who don't know me sometimes. And they're like, what the fuck, like you? What? So you're trying to say that? No, but I'm gonna leave gray area for everything because there's certain things that like when it's turned around. I don't like it. It's so, for example, it's like we've had these conversations about like the DEI type stuff, and then you start realizing it's like, okay, I can get the side of we're not lowering standards so people can be in certain things, but I don't get the side of now we're going to say the Baltimore's mayor is a DEI hire, like shit like that.
But see, that's why, because they turned it into a black thing.
That's what I'm
like
getting at.
They're turning it into something else. And that was my whole point.
Yes.
They're trying to use that as something else. It's never, DEI has never in my head been anything about lowering the standards.
Right.
You can't, no.
Right.
You don't fucking lower the standards. You always want the best person for the job. But the thing about it is, before DEI, before certain things,
you weren't even
there was
getting
no opportunity.
Zero.
You have to be the best to compete with the best,
Right.
but at least give an opportunity.
Yeah, if you make sure there's one in the classroom, in my opinion, now all y'all should be scared and be thinking, well, that motherfucker shouldn't be beating me out. If that's how you feel. You see what I'm getting at, though?
Yes.
But at least there's one in the classroom now. At least can we get a couple?
You need to have one. You have
to have a space reserved because otherwise there would not be any, they would not let them in.
And not only that, you would be missing out on a whole demographic.
Which
like
is awesome. Business.
Like
Straight up
that's business.
Facts.
Like, do you understand? Like, you'll be playing yourself because you're well, this sounds great, and not to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 black people in the room,
Right.
or if of different Asian people, Jewish, everybody. You need to have somebody of all in the room. You have to be able to attend to all demographics.
You want to know why? Because then that's also how you save your company a lot of money by not doing stupid shit like H&M putting coolest monkey in the jungle,
and then putting a black boy in a monkey hoodie,
or Gucci making the fucking, you saw the mask with the lips. It's like
you don't have nobody. You
ain't got nobody in this chain of command who said, or anybody who feels comfortable enough. Because I won't lie, there's a couple niggas in these chains of commands. What they gonna say? Like, let's be real. I want to keep my job. What they gonna say? There's nobody who's up there enough who goes, whoa, Steve, we can't do that. There's not one. And there lies the issue. It's funny. I read a book called No Logo, and it kind of discussed what you were talking about, even as far as demographics. It was like in the 90s when a lot of corporations, Nike, Adidas, all these different people started realizing that there was money in pandering to other groups of people. So then that's when they started going, oh, yeah, we should be building the basketball courts in the black neighborhoods.
Is green too?
Exactly.
We can take their money too?
We should do something for the LGBTQ community because they money spends the same.
You're idiots. Like idiots.
It took you what? Was that 50 years to realize this?
To realize that we want your money too.
Well, in their defense,
no.
I think no. I was gonna say, in their defense, we always gave it to them, and I'm saying that more in a sense of like,
oh wow, so you're like, being that we always still wanted their product, they didn't feel like they had to market.
Yeah, they didn't feel like it
because they want what we have.
Yet plus, white corporations make things that we also like. That are necessities. So it's also like, so if you're making necessity products, everybody need it. It don't matter if we put one of you in the commercial. But then when you start selling things like sneakers and things that people like, that's why we had the Black Panthers and Malcolm X and people who were like, hey, we don't need this shit. We need our own. No. So then it starts becoming, okay, they kind of caught on that if they make their own stuff, that we can, okay, so okay, what we'll do is we'll throw one in a commercial.
Yeah.
Cornflakes are for blacks, too.
You like Michael Jordan?
You like Michael Jordan?
He's great, right?
You know what we should do? We should do like a Like Mike campaign and have him play basketball with a little black kid.
It's guys, it'll work.
It'll work. It'll be perfect.
Little Bow Wow. Little Bow Wow. Hey, I did it.
It wasn't a little bit. It was me. I was the kid. That was a joke on me.
Oh, buddy.
Bow Wow didn't beat me out on that one.
Oh, buddy. Oh, pal. Oh.
I see what they do.
Pal.
I see what they do. This is why I get frustrated. I've been doing this too long. I'm like, oh, how many things was I just meant to peddle? McDonald's.
Oh no, Maestro, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay, bro. Don't go through this. Don't do this to yourself. You're like, I've been the enemy the entire time.
Well, that's also what you start realizing. You're like, oh, but they just weaponize you. And then the beautiful part is this. I say beautiful because I can respect any finesse. The beautiful part is they have this whole school of fish. And they're swimming around in this large pond. But it's like 1 million of them. They all can't last or live in this pond. And then what they do is they pick out the fish they want to put in the tank. And then when those fish die, what do? They scoop those out and they go get more from the pond.
Sometimes they kill those fish themselves.
Sometimes they kill those fish themselves. Sometimes the other fish in the tank kill the fish. Either way, it's a beautiful ecosystem of them having more fish than they'll ever need.
Yeah.
To sell things that are made by like 10 or 12 corporations.
Okay, we'll get a new fish. Go to the tank.
Get a new fish.
Go to you want me to? Oh, okay, we'll pick out some more fish.
Yes.
Let's find some more fish.
Yes.
And we got it's fine.
Listen, Finding Nemo's a movie. We don't actually care that much about these fish.
Fine, guys. Get rid of them. Let's eat this fish.
No, you know why? Actually, we might as well get rid of them because honestly, this fish is getting a little expensive to upkeep, right?
It's talking too much.
Yeah, we'll fry him up. Then we'll get this fish over here that's just happy to be in a clean tank.
You know what happened to Power? Did they just cancel
Oh,
Power?
yeah, because they're not paying
And
them.
the executive said,
we're excited about new projects.
They literally said it. They were like, we didn't want to pay them anymore because we'd have to keep on going up in their payment. Yeah, it's the show. It's the biggest show on our channel. This whole thing is the biggest show on our channel.
Lemicah, what did I just say before any of this?
We did spinoffs with the new fish. See, this movie, one's a spinoff of the spinoff of the first.
Why would we? You're going to consume it anyway.
But it's just crazy because now they're getting bold and they're just, before they would just like maybe not say anything or they had a good run.
You know why? Because
now
and this is what I know I have a black fan base. I want us all to realize this. I've just been doing it so long I sound like a fucking evil fucking businessman. No, understand the power you have in not supporting things that don't support you. It's that simple. Don't support things that do not support you.
I canceled Starz months ago.
So what are we gonna do?
Yeah.
Like, no, but it's not even and this is the catch-22. I'm not gonna say cancel Starz because I have friends who are on those shows and I'm happy for them and I hope they get more seasons. But at the same time, what's the odds of that if you see what they're doing?
No, let me tell you why. I've never watched Starz. Starz was never good enough to have in the package. During quarantine, I'm sorry.
Well,
during quarantine, when I was sitting there, everybody's watching Power. All these black folks talking about Power. It's the best thing. Da, da, da. I just finished Snowfall. I'm like, well, I did 1 month of Starz, burnt through the entire series, everything, and then I canceled it. That is a tribute. That is a testament to how good. That's a testament to me watching supporting black content.
Yes, but also I think it comes down to what you have to remember is you're not a fan. You're not a fan of their biggest show in their ecosystem.
No,
and that's the thing. Starz is run. 50 Cent should run Starz.
50 should. It should
be a partnership deal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
50
deserves and I know he's getting his, but for at this point. But I think also he's smart enough to know, I want to just be able to keep building my universe.
But there's two situations that are just like that I feel. 50 Cent should be running Starz, right? There's no reason he shouldn't be. Secondly, but also Kanye, when they had his shoes, and this is before he was even complaining,
Right.
and they were making like the Adidas was just making Yeezys without Yeezy. Like it was just like
that's a lawsuit.
It was just like you saw that, right? Like for years, and I was
using
like
the foam and all
yeah,
that. It's like,
and I was like, the fact that Kanye isn't complaining right now says a lot to how much they're paying him. Because if he wasn't getting paid a proper amount of money, because right now he is their whole market share. Like, but like
they lost billions. That bro, it was the first year after the Kanye thing was the first year they lost money in like years.
Bro.
Actually, I'm gonna look that up. Like I saw a chart and I was like, holy.
And if
shit.
50 Cent pulls all his shows, I don't know if he has the power to do that. But if he pulled all his shows off of Starz, they would lose money too.
Yeah.
They would lose a lot of money.
That's a ton of money. But but I think it's the same idea as maybe we locked him in. We don't know what kind of deal he signed. Maybe they locked him in early when he wanted the opportunity. Because he wanted to show I can make television shows. And he knew he could. But it's the thing. I'm not against people having to prove themselves. I'm all for that just because I think that's how we keep an ecosystem of like people who are really pushing the boundaries. But you get finessed because there's only so many companies that have the amount of money to do what you want to do.
He had a show called For Life.
Oh, on ABC.
That was good as hell.
Yeah.
That was good as hell. I watched, and it got 2 seasons. If that show would have been on Starz, it would have been Starz' biggest. It would have been bigger than.
Did that guy not do the best Denzel impression?
Oh my God, Maestro! That's why me and you do this together. So I was on.
It was straight Denzel.
It was
though.
pure
he
Denzel.
Did the lips.
What's his name? Because I said something on Twitter about it. I was like, I don't know, this man good, but that's Denzel. And he responded to me. He was like, well, I'm not necessarily doing Denzel. I didn't want to press. He responded to me on Twitter. Yeah.
Yo, me and my friends, that's all we talk about. We were like, man, he's doing the Denzel. Like it's like he's British, right?
Yeah.
It's that like
You're doing Denzel, bro.
Yeah, like that's the black man you watch to figure out how to be an American.
And there's nothing wrong with that.
That's okay. Nicholas Pinnock. Nicholas Pinnock. Fantastic actor.
Oh, got it. Here, right here. I said Nicholas Pinnock definitely got his American accent from watching Denzel Washington. I tweeted that 5/15/20. So 2020, 4 years ago. This motherfucker said, ... definitely not.
Definitely. Now you're lying.
Period. He said, I got my accent by spending time in New York and refining the Bronx, New York accent with my dialect coach, JeromeButler.com/page/services.
Right, and that nigga never heard of Denzel either, right?
Not once.
Not once.
I've never heard of Denzel.
He ain't never seen Equalizer.
The same accent that Mr. Washington happens to have naturally.
Happens to have?
I'm not one to study one actor for any role. I believe that's a big mistake.
You know what's funny?
You know what I said? I responded back, I'm problematic. I'm problematic.
That's what you said?
No, I said, listen, man, I love the show. You're absolutely killing it. ... But let's be honest. You're invoking heavy Denzel energy.
You're invoking. The fact that nigga hit him with invoking, I'd be so mad. I'd be like, oh, so this nigga think he know words too?
I know a thing or two. I said, you're invoking heavy Denzel energy, which is the highest form of compliment. And I'm not saying your accent is bad in any way because your character is reminiscent of my friend that did time in New Jersey, New York. You're reminiscent of like
it's a dialect of the area.
Yeah.
You just took the very Denzel spin on it.
You're Denzel.
I want to see what this
And then everybody got in my comments like, wow, he did. I thought the same thing.
No, you were the straw that broke the camel's back. He had been hearing that shit and was like, I'm not gonna
allow this shit anymore.
I'm not gonna. And you know what? He turns from your father's music now.
Oh no!
Imagine
not a Levert.
Not a Levert. I was a big fan of his.
Casanova, Baby Hold On to Me,
Let's
ABC
see.
1 2 3.
I just want to see it. Does he do it on
We
this?
go to what? To see men in green pajamas about all their problems? You saw. Yeah, you forgot what freedom tastes like.
I remember. It tastes bitter, man.
Yeah, I guess you never had a wife and child.
Child.
You yes,
Pity you don't see your own potential.
It's a pity you don't see beyond these walls.
These walls. He gonna knock something off the table next.
Bro, I listen, man. I thoroughly enjoyed the show. I watched every episode. Bro, you're a good actor.
You're a fantastic actor.
You
bro.
talk like Denzel. What? That's the
You don't
highest
even
form
talk
of
like
black.
an American.
That's the highest form of black compliment you can get.
Facts.
Your acting is akin to Denzel Washington.
Think about this.
Our great.
Think about this. Sidney Poitier said he learned how to speak English from listening to the radio. He probably sound like somebody. We just didn't have the internet to know like that.
Bro, you that's not you.
Michael Jackson stole the moonwalk.
Billy Ocean.
Billy
Ocean did the
Bob
moonwalk.
Fosse.
Oh, you're talking about the back, Bob Fosse.
Snake in the Grass.
Okay, go to that one. But also, I'm not gonna allow you to not go to the Billy Ocean moonwalk.
The Billy Ocean moonwalk.
Yeah, no,
Swing down to this sorry, sleazy swamp.
Come on, the nigga had the. He got the.
Michael did that in
Michael
the video.
did the whole shit. He got the hat too.
Space is a
have flown away.
Look at the shoes.
Yes, this is Mike.
Here.
I see. You want to see your own
the
almost
stuff.
painless, and it can send you scooting out of this sad slum and.
There we go. Come on.
Oh my God.
You would like to cure the fever called life.
Michael watched all of this and was like, niggas will never know.
You'll never know.
They'll never know.
Not only that.
Like the whole. I mean, he made it way wavier, but you know.
I mean, this looks fly. I'm not even. This is fire. He's going crazy.
He did it faster. Oh, look at him.
Bro, like.
The finest travel agent you'll ever meet.
Oh my God.
Is right at your feet.
Come on, bro.
Oh, that man's hard.
Pause.
Whoa. No Diddy.
One thing.
See anything? See?
And you'll be singing
And it's
at
funny because Quincy Jones, talking about Michael Jackson, Quincy was like, yeah, Michael liked to steal, man. He was a thief.
I mean, I get it, man. Like you got access to shit like that people don't. Like, you gotta think. This nigga was sitting there in his movie theater with the fucking reels with the and he's watching this like,
I want that.
oh, that's so cool.
It's mine now.
What if I could?
I can
Nana.
put my own little, I can dance.
This nigga is like having YouTube before everybody else.
You're right.
That's all it is.
He had access. Oh, you're right. He had access to everything.
You know who else is like that, right?
A thief?
Kim Jong-un. So apparently he's obsessed with movies and cinema, but it's all obviously illegal out there. But he has like something like Blockbuster in his crib where he just has every movie ever.
Of course he does.
Crazy.
Of course he does.
And he had that when he was a kid, so
Yeah.
that's why they made him, I guess when he was younger, like the minister of like propaganda or whatever for.
Oh, because he knew. Because he
knew
learned
the
from
shit.
America.
Yeah, that's how the thing happened. Remember where he like kidnapped a movie star from South Korea to be in his movies?
Oh, really? Did he?
Oh yeah. Oh, I gotta show you this. Kim Jong-un, movie star kidnapping. Just think about all the shit you could just get away with back in the day. Niggas just did nothing.
You're mine now.
Choi's career began to suffer after her divorce, and she traveled to Hong Kong in 1978 to meet with a person posing as a businessman who offered to set up a new film company with her in Hong Kong. Choi was abducted and taken to North Korea in the order of Kim Jong-il. So it's his father.
So his father.
His father did that because they were like, we need to be in the movies. We need to be like, we need some shit. So they got the hottest movie star from...
A kidnapped?
And kidnapped her. And then they kidnapped her husband.
Give her back?
No, they kidnapped her husband too because he was a director. Hold on. Abduction. So in 1976, Choi divorced Shin after seeing news that he had fathered 2 children with young actress Oh Si-mi.
Okay.
Choi's career began to suffer after her divorce. Traveled to Hong Kong in 1978 to meet with a person posing as a businessman. In Hong Kong, Choi was abducted and taken to North Korea by the order of Kim Jong-il. While searching for Choi after her abduction, Shin was also abducted and taken to North Korea soon after.
Oh, you looking for her? I'm gonna bring you to her.
I'm gonna bring you to this.
You gonna be working.
You know what's crazy? It was probably so easy. It was probably like, hey, I found her. And the next thing you know, you're on a boat and you're like, what?
Wait.
Where are we going?
Yeah, with us.
And then you realize,
Yeah, this is what happened.
in North Korea, Choi and Shin were remarried at Kim's recommendation.
Yeah,
Recommendation!
They should be married again.
Kim had them make films together, including 1985's Salt, for which Choi won Best Actress at the 14th Moscow International Film Festival. Choi later said that the couple was able to make films with artistic values instead of just propaganda films extolling the regime. Yeah, she was forced to say that.
Okay, escaped in later life.
Yeah, but that she could not forgive Kim for kidnapping her. While in North Korea, Choi converted to Roman Catholicism. The couple finally staged their escape in 1986 while on a trip to Vienna, where they fled to the U.S. Embassy and requested political asylum. They lived in Reston, Virginia, then Beverly Hills, California, before returning to South Korea in 1999. On April 16th, 2018, Choi died in a hospital where she was due to have a kidney dialysis during the afternoon. Her death resulted in widespread mourning across South Korea.
Okay.
He just kidnapped his movie stars.
Yeah.
Like, bro, do you know how terrifying that is? And then
If
you just
somebody
gotta be
wanted to
over
kidnap
there. You just gotta be over there.
You just hear producing movies.
I don't even.
I think that was low key the storyline for the new Rescue Rangers, Chippendale Rescue Rangers movie that came out. That was like the storyline. They were kidnapping old like cartoons and
really?
making them remake movies.
That's kind of cool in that sense.
It was a good movie actually.
But
Rescue Rangers, the Chippendale movie that came out like 2 years ago. Chippendale Rescue Rangers.
Chippendale.
Oh my God!
I'm thinking like the dancing motherfucker.
No, Maestro, no.
I've been soiled mentally.
It was a good movie, and it was one of my. It was a problem movie. Akiva Schaffer. It was a problem movie because it was one of the first movies that should have been released in theaters and probably would have made so much money, and they put it on Disney Plus. Right. Like it should have. That movie would have made so much money from the word of mouth. It would have made so much money.
Nah, I believe it.
It was a good ass movie.
Chippendales.
Jesus Christ. Let's go to the news.
Let's go to the news. RFK Jr. says Biden is a bigger threat to democracy than Trump. You know what's funny? I posted this, and people are...
Up in arms?
They're up in arms.
Really?
Arms are up.
I've realized that people won't let you criticize Biden.
Yeah.
Even if you're not speaking up Trump or like hyping him up in any way, all you're doing is criticizing Joe Biden. Mm-hmm. People get mad at you for criticizing.
And that's, to me, the biggest issue.
That's a huge flaw.
That's why. Okay, so what RFK is saying, he basically his main points were, he said this is, you see, CNN, get your website right. Actually, I'll put it in my, where's my phone? That'd be easier. Or you could look at my Instagram.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just want to read like what. Okay, no, I got it. So this is what he said. Robert F. Kennedy, running as an independent, claims President Biden is a bigger threat to democracy than Trump, citing President Biden is the first president in history that has used the federal agencies to censor political speech, highlighting his own censorship. But he said, but I can argue that President Biden, because the First Amendment is the most important. So, I mean, I can see his point in saying that because it's, like you said, it feels more of like we're all supposed to just hate Trump. and not pay attention to anything else going on. Like, I noticed even in the comments, a lot of people are like, oh, he's speaking out of turn. He doesn't. And it's just like, right, but like, you probably don't even care that he's running because you're so focused on hating Trump. And that's, to me, that's the issue. Like, we're not even talking about anyone else's flaws. We're not talking about any. It's just like, no.
That's the biggest problem. You should always criticize your leaders. Your leaders should never feel comfortable.
100%.
Nobody should feel comfortable if you're running the most powerful country in the world. No, you are not without criticism. You are not without flaw. You are running the country, but you have flaws.
Right.
And the way you can't. I just feel bad for people who don't know how to see both sides, like who don't know how to actually critical think and be like, well, he's doing shady stuff too.
Thank you. That's all I want people to see. There are two sides to this coin. I feel like if you're not looking at this as a bad and worse situation, then you're just ridiculously naive. Your worst can be whatever side you want, and your bad can be whatever side you want. I agree. But even the fact, once again, even the fact that it doesn't, this is what it takes to get RFK Jr. even in a conversation. Him saying something bad about Biden, and so everyone goes against him.
And then the thing is, I don't even recall necessarily a lot of his political points, RFK Jr., but I recall listening to him, and I was like, he sounds sound, like his voice sounds wild, and that might be hard to
I feel
get
like
past.
That works, yeah.
It's hard for people to get past. It's hard for people to want that to represent them as a country. But if you listen to what he said, I didn't hear him say anything that I was like, that's out of line or that's out of pocket. He seemed like a sound candidate.
I think the reason he has no chance of running and the reason that the Democratic Party would not get behind him is because this man wants to rethink the way we do the pharmaceutical business. He wants to rethink the way our government, like he's doing Kennedy type shit, and that's, we saw where it got the last guy.
So I was in Colombia for 2 weeks, and you know how bad our healthcare system is? I did all of my health stuff in Colombia. Went and got my teeth cleaned, teeth whitened, $100.
Smile for the camera. I love it. They look like they did a good job.
Yeah.
The fact that they didn't speak English, was that a problem?
No, because you have Google Translate. You just talking to the phone, doctor, Miss Doctor Ma'am, or Mr. Doctor Sir. And no, the dentist did speak English.
Okay.
The dentist did speak English, because I didn't want to get the laser thing. I wanted to do the UV light, where they, brighten your stuff. So I did teeth cleaning, teeth whitening, $100. Went right across the hall, went to the dermatologist, got a skin tag removed, and got a dermatology facial, where they go in to get all that extra stuff out, $100. I went and got an enema, got my whole gut cleared out from my butt, $45. Like, I eat a lot of steak.
So you spent how much?
$250.
Wow. It would have been more just to get your teeth cleaned.
Mm-hmm.
Not whitened.
Clean.
Not cleaned.
And you can get to Colombia for like $150, $200. The flights is cheap. Go down to Colombia, get all your medical stuff done. You get you can get a nice hotel for $80 a night, $60. 5-star hotel with security in the front, Olympic style pool, and the indoor outdoor.
I think there's some women with BBLs a little ahead of you there. They said, "Oh, we already knew this."
They are way ahead of us.
They in Miami already.
I'm also, but like y'all crazy for getting invasive surgery out of the country. Like,
because it's like, what does that malpractice look like?
That there's no, if they fuck up your ass, you can't do nothing. At least here, if they fuck up your ass and it pops like China's titty. Remember China, the wrestler? She was doing the front flip.
Wait. That actually happened?
Her titty popped.
The wrestler. I thought you were talking about like a black China.
No. I don't want to talk about that. But China, the wrestler, China. We all know China. It's the most famous female wrestler of all time. Right. Legend. Yeah, she was doing her back flip, front flip, titty popped.
What?
Titty just popped. You know what I'm saying? Now, if she got it done in Miami, she might be able to go, hey, malpractice, you messed up or something. I don't know. Get it done in Colombia.
Nope. Tough cookies.
Oh, well. I just got a dermatology,
Yeah, stuff that's can't go too wrong.
Can't go too wrong.
And I feel like a dentist is a dentist.
A dentist is a dentist.
Yeah.
Clean my teeth.
Now, if you reconstructing my shit or doing something, that's different.
Now, have you? All of their teeth are so nice.
I believe it.
They all. Now, have you? Yeah, they're all reconstructed and everything. But their teeth are so nice over there.
Can we talk about people getting veneers for no reason in America?
Well, yeah, it's a problem.
It's ridiculous because when you see what they have to do to your actual teeth,
and then it's like they turn it into like screw, like they put screws in your gums or something like that. And then it's like they gotta pop it in, and it's like, yeah, no.
Why are you? And I get it if you like, hey, you got terrible teeth construction, like you got to get it done. That's one thing. Or you missing. I get it. But there will be people with like I've heard like especially like young women who have nice smiles, but and they just so happen to look like realistic. So it's like maybe this tooth is a little round, maybe this and you're one fake, like you want your real teeth to be shriveled down. Like no,
I did Invisalign for like 6 months when I was in high school, 6 to 8 months or something like that, and then I did and then when I have grills, I don't like the little knots they gotta put on the top of your tooth for you to pop it in and it to stay in there. I don't want to deal with you taking my whole teeth. Now, have you? I can't say much because I was blessed with a good set of teeth.
Right.
Some people aren't blessed with a good set of teeth. Sometimes veneers are necessary.
That's what I'm saying. If you're one of those people where it's necessary, I get it. But like,
so you just not gonna ever get YouTube Plus, huh? You're just not gonna do it, and we're just gonna have to fucking okay.
I'm trying to figure out how to turn this volume down. Just get to I just want to see the shots. Let's get to the part where they file your teeth down.
If the teeth are severely crooked, orthodontic braces must be used to straighten and align the teeth.
No, stop. Get to the veneers.
If the teeth are decayed, that make it look amazing. If the teeth are only slightly broken or crooked, and the main problem is their color, ceramic veneers are the best choice.
Okay,
in an almost painless procedure, the tooth may be slightly reduced, usually the thickness of the envelope.
Yeah, it don't be looking that slight. So it's really it's nails for teeth.
Yeah, but some doctors is just crazy and they like make it like little. It's disgusting. It's nasty.
I mean, and once again, I get it, but like, I'm not big on anyone getting surgery if they don't need it, because it's it's not good. We don't need a bunch of people who are just mutilating their bodies for no good reason. We're getting it, but we don't need it. You know what's tough?
P. Diddy situation.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry.
No.
Let's
get it. So
I was in Colombia and
we were discussing this.
Things just kept going left.
And it's weird because I was laughing. I was laughing because I was like, this is crazy. Last time we did one of these, we randomly were talking about Quincy and all this kind of stuff. Now he's being arrested on TV.
Well, they didn't get Quincy.
They didn't get him.
They didn't get Quincy. They got Justin and Christian. So I just remember waking up in Colombia and seeing the boys in handcuffs outside of the house in Beverly Hills, and seeing Ridley Scott being angry at the end of the block.
Yo, Ridley Scott was heated
because Homeland Security wasn't letting anyone into their house, and Ridley Scott couldn't go up the street to his home across the street from Diddy's. And Ridley Scott was just like, these niggas are moving into my town.
But see,
I already don't put black people in movies that they're supposed to be in. Gods of Egypt, gods of Egypt, whites of Egypt. Ridley Scott. There are no niggas and aliens.
They are the aliens.
They are the aliens.
Jokes on you, niggas. Ridley Scott.
I won't make money if I put niggas in my movie. That's what I said in the newspaper before.
See, this is how they finesse you though. And then one of these days, Ridley Scott comes to me and goes, "You know what? I got a role for you."
Man, fuck Ridley Scott. That was coming from Lemicah. That come from Maestro.
The joke was gonna be that's how they try to finesse it. Next thing you know, it's now you going to see a Ridley Scott movie. Gotta support my mans who not gonna really see none of the breakdown of this on the back end.
Bruh. No, pull that up. That I just before we get into Puff. Since you want to be mad, Ridley Scott, I just want to talk shit about you for 1 second before I talk about another black man.
And put up Ridley Scott.
Ridley Scott, black people, movies won't make money. I don't know. Something like
Ridley Scott, black people.
Casting black people.
Scott's explanation for whitewashing.
Yeah, okay. There.
Ridley Scott, Exodus movie is still racist as shit, and his explanation as to why he chose to make the main characters of Exodus, a story set in Egypt, white, while making the servants and thieves black, didn't make me feel any better either. I have no clue if people will actually boycott Exodus. Here's what he said. Like most high-profile religious... I don't know why I'm doing that voice. Like most high-profile religious pictures since Martin Scorsese's 1988, The Last Temptation of Christ, Exodus became the subject of intense... Where's his thing? Intense before Scott had ever exposed blah blah blah. Where? Adversity. I can't mount a film of this budget where I have to rely on tax rebates in Spain and say that my lead actor is Muhammad so and so from such and such. Scott says, I'm just not going to get it financed, so the question doesn't even come up.
You stupid bitch! You're Ridley Scott. You can get anything you want financed.
Wow.
Muhammad such and such.
That nigga racist as hell.
Raid his house, Homeland Security.
Facts.
Nah, cause fuck that, bro. Like I was about to, fuck him. And I'm glad we brought that up. I'm glad we thought of that because he's a dickhead, bro. He's a dick. Like the fact he said that really like threw me totally for a loop. Like these guys are getting bold. And it's like, and they're coming for, and now they're coming for Diddy, because Puff, all he wants is his proper payment for the.
Scott directed American Gangster.
Oh, a movie about what?
I know. I'm just saying.
A movie about what?
That's what he's gonna say.
A movie about what? Oh, he hired the most famous black actor you possibly can.
Cuba Gooding Jr. and Idris Elba too. And
Idris Elba wasn't nobody when that movie came out.
Yeah, I know. Those are those niggas you just get and you're like, oh, they've done some great work, but I got them for the love. That was me and Michael B. Jordan on Cold Case. They said, and then guess what? They got the lady who played Naaman's mama on The Wire to be my mama.
There you go.
They said,
you remember?
They said we're gonna get 3 of them.
Don't you remember? Remember The Wire? Y'all say it's the best show ever made. It's the #1
we
show
gonna bring it to Cold Case.
The Wire
for under $15,000.
Come on. We doing a special episode. You remember him? You remember her? Remember berries. That's what they did. Yeah. Yep. That's what they did.
And they got it wholesale.
And we got 3 for 1.
And now they got that footage forever.
Forever. It's ours.
It doesn't matter. He becomes Marvel Man.
Dance, monkey dance. We can play this anytime. Fuck Ridley Scott. So back what we were saying about Puff. Homeland Security is after him. They went to the house. All right, so there's a couple of things I want to talk about here. Yes, if I'm Puff Daddy, my drug mule is gonna be a white man.
Good move. Very good move.
That feels like a good move to me.
I feel like my drugs can get muled and nobody will get killed.
You're not gonna do anything to him.
No.
And also, I wouldn't put that on my people. I'm Puff.
Love don't move that
Love
way.
don't move like that. First and foremost. So I'd rather put this white boy in danger. All right, cool. That's his drug mule. Allegedly. I don't know. That's very alleged.
And also, when we say drug mule,
we don't know what the drugs are.
And not only that, let's just be real. Mule means you're going from place to place traveling with the drugs. Most people don't live that way. Puff goes from place to place, travels the world. That would be like me having, you don't think Snoop Dogg has a drug mule? He's taking weed everywhere, and it's not on his person.
Not on his person. Damn.
And that's what what I'm saying.
And they're flipping it because it's like a drug. Right, they're using these words
like trafficking.
Trafficking. I paid her to fly out.
Like, so the whole NBA is trafficking bitches.
So then sex workers, Young Miami and Daphne,
These
sex workers.
These are the highest form of sex work.
You get a monthly stipend for being.
This is seeking arrangements, but I knew you without a website.
You wanted to be with me. It's not. I didn't coerce you to be with me.
No.
But you're with me. We doing all the freaky shit we do. You're on a monthly stipend.
Plus, I fund your podcast.
I'm a billionaire. How dare I not give you X amount a month? I'm funding your podcast that you only do 3 episodes a season. And you're winning all the BET awards.
That's a coincidence.
Yeah, she is an employee.
Bro, like
she said she was bringing the pink cocaine. She was getting
the Tootsie.
He was bringing the Tootsie. Of course she was bringing the Tootsie.
Fuck else you doing? You're sitting on the couch.
You're on a monthly stipend.
Well, it's also you're sitting on. It's like now anything that anybody ever brought Puff, they in trouble. Every nigga.
I'm Puffy. What is happening?
So now I'm in trouble for being rich and powerful.
They said I trafficked them. I don't even know how to.
I ain't never seen nobody get trafficked on a jet
with Birkin bags
and not tied up.
They're just using the words. They're just using the words they can. Sex trafficking. He's flying women. He's flying them everywhere. He's flying them to Hawaii. He's taking the girls that he put on a monthly stipend.
And he's paying them with the Ciroc money.
Let's get him. We got to get him out of here.
Just because you shoot a video out there, Puffy, doesn't mean you can just be flying women back and forth from country to country, state to state.
So here's where I'm at, man. Cassie did the right thing. But because I don't think Cassie would have got the money if she wouldn't have made it like a public thing, because more than likely she signed NDAs with Puffs, all that stuff. So if she didn't make it a public thing, I don't think she probably wouldn't have got. So for her benefit, yes, she did what she had to do.
She made the right move and did what she had to do.
But now the floodgates are open, and it's like anybody can say anything.
See, and that's the issue. And like even seeing these people who come out and they say like all this, like, oh man, like look, you look at Twitter. Diddy parties have taken like this weird, crazy
left
kind
turn. Now, if you've ever been to a Diddy party, and the thing about it is, there was a time that I was like, I remember I was calling Quincy like, y'all having a party up the street? Can I? And they didn't let me come. Now I'm like, oh God,
you were keeping me safe. No, bro.
See how it's all changed?
But it's crazy because listen, a Diddy party, people who have been to Diddy parties at Puff's house, they were dope. They're dope. They're full of
now
people.
You can't even say that.
But that's what I'm saying.
Now it's like,
now it's
what was he doing? What did he do to you?
But see, this is why I always tell people. So he would have parties all the way 3, 4 in the morning. He'd have people come out and breakfast. But there were people who go indoors, and there's people who are just in the yard. See what I mean? Then there's the people who go home at 4 a.m. The party's dwindling down. I'ma go home.
But it's also a mansion with 80 bedrooms.
So you wouldn't know if someone stuck around, but even, let's just say, you got some sense about you, you go home. Man, this was fun.
I had a good time at the Diddy party.
It was a Diddy party. That doesn't mean I sat there and talked to Puff for fucking 20 minutes.
Puff didn't even acknowledge me the entire party.
Yes. That's how it usually goes. He'll only acknowledge you. Oh, if I was happening to be standing next to Chris Brown and then he did the dap. Oh, hey, what's good, man?
And then he goes back to his women on stipends.
Gone with the wind.
What is happening? Because now I'm just like, okay, I know Puff did some wrong shit in his life.
Anyone who has $1 billion has.
I'm certain he's done wrong things. I don't know what it is. I'm certain that, you know what I'm saying, he has wronged people. I'm certain that he has done bad things. But even with the Lil Rod lawsuit, I saw a video of them reading whatever Lil Rod posted, and it was DeForest. Fucking DeForest. Are you okay?
It's Lemicah throwing in his little personal beefs.
It's not a beef. Like, where's DeForest? I just saw him reading the fucking mail in the fucking Lil Rod email, and he's like, Lil Rod's a piece of shit. And I'm like, oh, DeForest, no. God damn, DeForest. And then Puff's like, yeah, I'm the boss.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. That looks good on nobody. That whole thing looks good.
So I was genuinely saying, are you good, DeForest? Because I haven't, I love you. I ain't seen you in a while. And it's crazy how this went from me being happy for him to now being worried for him. Because it was like he was doing the Love album. He was the one that was bringing Jazzy and da-da-da-da-da. And I'm like, my nigga working. Good shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm proud. I'm happy for my boy. Then the album gets a Grammy now. My nigga working. That he was a big part of this. And now I see them, the Little Rod where they got that or all this stuff happening. It's crazy. Even Jazzy. I don't know Jazzy, but let's take it off of D for a second. Jazzy, just being in proximity of that.
I see what you're saying. Yeah. Like, because it's a big piece of how you're leveling up and moving forward. And if people don't want to be connected to that, then they don't want to be connected to you. And you have literally nothing possibly to do with it. Like, at all. Yeah, I see. Yeah, that's unfortunate.
That's what I'm talking about, because we talked about that with the kids. Like, is Justin, Quincy, and Christian gonna be okay? This is like, bro, I'm not trying to. I love Quincy.
They're trying to fuck up that black legacy.
You know what I'm saying?
Lineage,
like, regardless of whatever I said, any jokes, whatever. You can make jokes about me. There's shit, whatever. But bro, at the end of the day, I love Quincy. Like, I love that boy. That's my man. Like, we haven't talked in a while. I love that kid. That kid, when we were younger, he's a nerd. He's like us. He's just like everything. Like, and I know he's not a bad person. And I know that this and being in proximity of this is affecting him and his goodwill, and then they're bringing shit like about his dad Albie and all, like, and it's now he's like it's all becoming weird. Justin, we talked about him before. Justin has matured into a very commendable, respectful young man.
Right.
I like Justin as a man. Like, he's a good dude. I don't know Puff. I was around the kids, but it's like this is just a lot, man.
Yeah. I mean, I get it. I think, honestly, a lot of it doesn't make sense. I want to show you this clip that fucking, Chris Cuomo.
Yeah.
He was talking about the Puffs thing on a podcast, PBD's podcast. And what he said, this clip, like, he said a lot of things that I was like, oh, this is dope. Like,
yes.
The headline says, Chris Cuomo says the feds would never put Mark Cuban's kids in handcuffs and feels something is off with Homeland Security's sex trafficking investigation of Diddy and believes federal authorities don't have any major felonies they can charge Diddy with.
I don't think
they do either.
I don't think they do either.
Issue, right? Because it's taking on a cultural component about people looking with a jaundiced eye at hip hop. It's happening more and more as this goes, and there's no direct action on Combs. The first thing that bothered me about this is, why is a guy who's doing 28 years for voluntary manslaughter, and he didn't just turn himself in to do the right thing, okay?
What a noble cause.
They had him. Why is he...
After I killed the guy, I got arrested. I kind of turned myself in.
I don't understand why he gets a platform in prison, first of all. Like, if you want to punish the guy, shut him up. You know?
You heard the Suge Knight interview. Where he's talking about Puff and all that kind of shit.
Yeah.
And so basically that's what he's saying. He's like, how's a guy who's got 26 years, how's he even getting a platform to talk about this man who's free?
Yeah.
And I agree. I fuck with Chris Cuomo. Like,
I've always fucked with Chris Cuomo.
He's like,
even when he got in trouble on CNN with his brother, I was like, it's his brother.
It's his brother.
Like, what did you
And
think?
he even said, he was like, I saw an interview with that. He's like, I talked to my higher ups. And he was like, it's not like I put my brother on, I'm like, we're doing this. Like, we discussed this. It was a thing. And then you hung me out to dry after I did it.
It's my brother. Of course I'm going to ride with my brother.
Right.
Like, what did you think? I never acted like me and my... Did you see me and my brother?
They would have them joking around doing banter.
Hilarious.
They used it. But you see, they used it. And then once it
got weird with his brother, they turned it on him.
Yep.
Like, I rock with Chris Cuomo. I rock with him and what's his name? The black news reporter that on CNN that they just fired.
Don't you dare say Don Lemon.
Their banter.
Oh, I've never seen their banter.
Chris Cuomo and Don Lemon's banter is gold.
But Don Lemon, have you seen Don Lemon's X show?
I don't. Don Lemon gets on my nerves sometimes, and sometimes he. It's like I'm very hot and cold with him. Sometimes I'm like, yeah, I rock what you're saying, and then sometimes I'm like, bro, this is cringe. Stop. Like,
stop. That's what his X show is. So he even has like this theme song. It feels like daytime TV. So it's already wrong for the platform. And then his first interview was with Elon. And the way I
saw the way he was. The thing about it is Elon's racist now. And I've been seeing Elon get more and more racist. I don't know if Twitter is doing it to him or if he's just being, I don't know if he's falling down this, I don't know what's happening, but something weird and bad is happening.
It's fucked up because you know what? I always am one to try to, I always would prior defend Elon because of how much progress he's making. And but no, I've seen the things he's starting to retweet and I'm like, oh, this nigga's like going racist.
Yeah,
like
no, it's bad, bro.
Like it's not even.
And this is coming from somebody that rolled with him, like would stand up for him, and like when he would say certain things years ago. I always loved his. I love what was happening with Tesla. You know what I'm saying? Their customer service. I love what he was doing. Like I was like, he's a futurist. He's gonna be like helping our. But now I don't know what's happening to him, or what happened to him, or what he's not willing to hide anymore.
Facts.
I don't know if this was always in him or this is becoming him. But this guy's scary now. Mm-hmm. He's racist now.
No,
like he has racist ideologies now. Mm-hmm. Like he is not like the person I thought he was and supported and loved. Like I thought he was a free speech person, and now you see what he's doing with Twitter and how he's like messing with people. Like he's something's happening with Elon.
Yeah,
and he already has so much control. It no longer needs to be him. Like.
I agree.
I'm terrified.
Yeah, I can see the writings on the wall. Like because he's not, like you say, he's not being passive about it.
No.
Like he's past making points. The same way I was angry at the Don Lemon interview because the way Don Lemon will not really be making a point, but he'll point to a ideology. Mm-hmm. Elon's doing that now. And that I don't fuck with. Opposed to going, hey, here's some facts of why I feel this way. No, he's retweeting shit that's like, what?
Whoa, what do you mean? Like, and it's like, it's not even like, it's lightly veiled shit that he's retweeting now. It's like, it's like not even, it's like low-key blatantly racist stuff, man.
No, I agree. Let's see. I'm about to go
He's
look
the
at
guy attacking DEI. Like
let's see. Holy shit, the numbers of voters registering without a photo ID is skyrocketing in 3 swing states. Extremely concerning. So that's against, immigrants.
And that's
I mean, that makes, that one I can't say much about. Can't wait for Toy Story 5 and 2 more Moana movies. Jay, we need some ideas for new films. What should we do? More photorealism, more woke culture. How about we stop making live action adaptations of everything and make an original film for once? Disney kicks them out the window.
Well, also woke, the way...
Oh, I hate how they've hijacked that word.
Woke just meant stay aware, be aware, keep your eye open,
and
watch out.
It was also like, I mean, as much as I hate when white people... that was a black thing. Like,
stay woke.
Stay woke. Like, and I understood what that was supposed to mean, and I fucked with what that meant. Then it got hijacked by white culture.
Mm-hmm.
I think the problem was, first it got hijacked by white culture that wanted to feel like they're doing the right thing.
Mm-hmm.
Then that ideology or that thought process got caught on to the white people who didn't fuck with that, and then they labeled it as, oh, that's that woke shit, because they don't even know the real origin of what that was. Because I hear so many people
they have no clue.
No clue.
They say woke culture or woke ideologies. I'm like, aware ideology?
Yeah, well, because now it's not that.
It's not that. It's nigger ideologies.
Well, no, I don't know.
No. Woke mean black, bro.
No, I think that's what it means.
That's what they're using it for, my boy. They're using it for a couple of things. They're using it for left or far left.
That's what I see in most of it.
Bro, I'm telling you.
But I'm listening.
It's like a dog whistle for nigga. I'm telling you. Just pay attention. It really irks me, bro. Sometimes people just use it to talk about the left, but a lot of times the motherfuckers know what they're doing and they're utilizing it to it's like it's a dog whistle nigga.
I can see that.
Just okay. I always leave room for myself to be wrong. Just pay attention and let's talk about it next time we're here.
Because I see it with people who say it when they're talking about even non-black issues. I think that's more so why because if someone says woke and it's a black issue, I'm saying it's a black issue. Yeah. I'm just saying though, then I would automatically probably either disregard them or take offense to it. But when it's not about a black issue, when it's more like San Francisco, everyone in San Francisco's fucking woke and with blue hair, and they want to fucking,
But when they say it's woke, what do they mean? All right, let's talk about it in the forms of movies. When they say, "Oh, this movie's going woke," it's because they have a black character or they have a woman character instead of.
I'll give you that.
Bro, just pay attention.
I see what you're
Whenever they say, "Oh, these movie execs just want to go woke," it's only because they casted a black person in that role. Or they took a male role and turned it into a woman.
No, that's
what.
Yeah.
Is that?
No. You're right. Damn.
That's the only time they say woke ideology in Hollywood is when you're giving another gender or a different race a role or change it up a little bit.
I feel that. Once again though, they got to make it realistic. I just want them to...
They were mad they made a mermaid a black girl.
Yeah.
And they called it woke only because the black girl was black.
Yeah, I see.
Off a cartoon. Cartoon.
Yeah, that's true.
Mermaids aren't real, maestro.
Listen, I mean, have you seen what they've done to Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs?
Well, she talks too much.
No, but have you seen what they're not dwarves anymore? It's just Snow White and the Seven weird looking niggas.
So here's my thing. I said she talks too much because the Starz, Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs.
Oh yeah, there's not gonna be any of that.
Oh yeah, we're not. I'm like, okay, what do you mean? It's not Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. What story are you telling?
I think it's gonna be called, bro. It's called. Hold on. Disney's live
She
action.
just sounds like pretentious, a little pretentious, and it's like
Well, she sounds like the the generation they want to come see the movie.
the woke generation.
See, it's tough because now that you've given me that perspective, I don't want to say it, but I'm also like, if we're using it how they use it,
Look how much color are in the doors, bro. It's too much color. This is the woke.
You know what
woke.
Can I be real?
There's a woman.
If they're not
dwarf,
if they're not gonna be dwarves, and they're not gonna be fucking. If it's not gonna be what it was, why not just make a new movie?
Yeah.
That's like, for me now, I'm just getting to the point where it's just make a new movie. Because it's just make, like, it's not what it is. So what are we even doing? Like, okay, making one mermaid black, that's not that big of a deal. But like, you're gonna now make, Snow White.
Uh-huh.
We keep Snow White.
She's Hispanic.
So we name her something else. You see what I'm saying?
I'm fine with them. Listen, I'm fine.
Just make a different movie. Can we not make it? Why don't you make Coco live action?
I mean, right?
Yeah, like do some shit that makes sense. That's all I'm asking. Like, cause even me, I love seeing more color on the screen. I'm always happy for that.
But you want
but
the
also,
white people to keep the white stuff. And the black people. Well, I'd be mad if they made T'Challa white.
I'm not
saying. If Ryan Gosling became T'Challa.
Yeah, of course
I'd kill someone.
Understandably so.
I also want Magneto to be Jewish. I feel like that's a major part of his X-Men origin in Magneto.
That would be crazy.
He is Jewish.
Is he?
Oh my God. I hate that you don't know anything about comic books. You suck. He's always been Jewish. It's always been a part of his story.
They just don't highlight it.
No, they talk about it like in the original X-Men movies.
What do you want then?
No, I'm just saying if they hired Giancarlo Esposito as Magneto for the next X-Men, I'm gonna be like, that's kind of, like let the Jewish people have their Jewish anti-hero.
See, yes,
But then it goes into, does it have to be Jewish? Do you have to cast a Jewish actor?
Well, I want, James Bond, they want him to be British. I mean, that guy also doesn't want a black guy.
Oh, my God.
But
When they said Idris Elba, he's like, he's not Welsh enough.
No.
Holy shit.
No. Not over my dead body, mother. Over my dead body.
He's not Welsh enough. What does that mean?
You know what it means. Yeah. Don't need a dog whistle for this one.
You know what it means.
He's too woke.
We still hate you.
That bloke is too woke.
Yeah, right? There you go. You hear it.
That woke bloke.
You hear it? They won't let. I wouldn't want Idris. Look, I love Idris.
There was
Elba.
a time.
No.
Not now.
After watching what's his name did with James Bond, I need somebody that's athletic that really know how to fight. Like I want somebody.
They gonna get Damson.
Huh?
Niggas say, huh?
Damson?
Imagine Damson. Or I'm just trying to think of niggas who are British.
Daniel Kaluuya.
They can't. He's not.
I can't see them do like stunts. I want somebody that's like young and can do like real action scenes.
I know who you want. You want John David Washington.
I enjoyed that movie, and I don't care what anyone says. Because everyone's like, oh, it was so confusing. My Morehouse brother did a fantastic job.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
he said,
shut up.
I'm going to keep that card in my pocket. Yo, we Morehouse brothers.
Morehouse man. He's a Morehouse man like myself.
Yeah.
Like Spike Lee before me. Like,
oh, wow.
Like Martin Luther King before me, and like Sam Jackson before me.
Now that's one. I'm sorry to all the other people. Cool.
Sam Jackson's that dude, that guy.
Dude.
Whoa, Martin Luther King? Well, let's keep it. Okay, let's just keep it at Sam Jackson. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Sam Jackson, he's great. highest grossing actor of all time, right, Maestro? I
wish Malcolm X got a little more shine.
I knew you just couldn't let it go.
I can't let it go. I can't. I respect that man. He did a lot, but I feel like the version of him that we're sold. No, the
you
version.
Feel like he was a pawn of the government?
No. Well, okay. I don't think he was a pawn. I won't say pawn. Well, they used him as a pawn, but he didn't do pawn shit. That's more what I'm saying.
Oh no, I love
he
my
kept
Morehouse
the
brother.
peace. He kept, like, that's what I'm saying. He kept the peace. Like, he would have.
And I want the violence. You know what I'm saying? And that's my problem. I think we needed
that. But I think right before he got clipped, he was coming around to, these niggas never gonna change. Brother Malcolm, these niggas never gonna change. I've been trying to tell you this, bro.
I'm converting to Islam. And
yeah. And then it's like,
and it's up.
when the CIA's when they're calling you fucking one of the biggest threats to America, like a nigga who's speaking, hey, turn the other cheek. That's the threat.
That's your problem.
That's your problem.
I also am scared of people who.
That's why Huey, they said, no, nigga, you're out.
Yeah, no, they were like, we're killing everything.
No, we're killing you.
We're killing everything in that home.
You can know. Like, and also you can know
you can know we did it.
Oh, we did it.
We can't miss how many bullets we're gonna shoot into that goddamn house.
Yeah. That because that's a threat. The fact that, like, what Martin was like on the slow and steady, like he was the tortoise in the hare.
Mm-hmm.
He was like, look, man, I don't expect. We may not get to the I may not be there when we get there. Like, that nigga already planned, like, the mountaintop, like, nigga, it's proverbial. Like, you feel me though? Like, he was okay with that.
People with bow ties scare me.
They should.
Because get your hand out of my pocket. Boom! No!
Brother, get your hand out of my pocket. What? Get your hand. Bro, man.
Oh, no.
But see, even that's even a conversation for who got into them.
I don't,
because I won't lie. And I know someone did a documentary on this, and they got kind of far to understand it. But I feel like shit like that be even going back to full circle to Puff. Like, I doubt anybody just in there was like, we got to kill this nigga. So who was the little rod of that situation?
Oh, Jesus. No, that's wrong.
You see what I'm getting at?
I just went to the Black
Jesus
Disciple.
the
Black Disciple.
Judas and the Black.
Judas and the Black Disciple. I was like, Lakeith Stanfield. It was Lakeith. He did it.
That's what I'm getting at. So it's some guy. There's always one of these guys, and because even with the, like, looking at the Puff shit, looking at the Lil Rod shit, this is what I noticed. Apparently, I even looked at, like, followers. We know people who know each other. I don't know the man, so this is not like defamation of character or anything like that. Mm-hmm. But I do question why I've heard a ton of high-level people in media and in news say his name, and you know what? Nothing after that. They don't dive into who Lil Rod is, what his connection really was with Diddy. They just go into, like, oh, he was working on that Love album and blah, 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 and then they move on.
And everybody in the Diddy camp is like, bro, you were just the engineer. But then everybody else is like, no, he's a producer. Why would he be?
But, and that's what I'm getting at. All this is, like, just weird. And then I'm wondering.
But then that video where he was asking for publishing.
Right.
And then they was like, oh, well, we got to hold all your publishing. I was like, that's dark. That's dark.
Wait, which video was this? The one with DeForest?
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
right.
I was like, you can't be like, we not going, and apparently they're holding up his money because they don't want to give him, they want his publishing.
Right.
But I'm also like, the publishing, people don't know music industry. Mm-hmm. Publishing is the reason that I'm able to still survive. Like right now, like my dad was an artist / writer. Like he wrote most of the songs and wrote big records for other people. So it's like the publishing aspect is why I've been able to eat. The artist aspect is slowly coming back as you get your reversions, you get your masters back, you get to recoup what you owe, so you get bigger splits from artist plays, everything like that. That comes, eventually, sometime. But publishing, you got to
it.
get all your publishing, bro. That's your long-term money. That I worked on the Love album. If I worked on the Love album and I did what I said I did, I should get some publishing. It's a Grammy nominated. It might not even be that much money, but it might give me I might get a couple $1,000 a quarter.
Right, but nobody keeps coming in. That's the thing. It when you're down and there's a couple thousand that pops in your account, you're like, oh,
this really saved my shit. Rather than just taking 10, 15,000 and then spending that in a month, 2 months.
Nigga. 2 months.
2 months is gone. 15 bands.
Facts.
A month you can be gone with 15 bands if you got credit card debt and you got all this extra shit.
Nigga, 15 grand won't even cover some niggas' credit card debt.
Nick, mine.
Look, okay.
Okay.
Drop in
the water. It's not gone. Nothing's happened.
But see, and then that was my question. So you have this little Rod, and people, like I said, everyone's saying his name, but not diving into what his full story is. Like, we know these things because we've really looked this up. Most people haven't. So they just graze over this. Now, him wanting his money, I get. Trillion%. But how do we get from, okay, you were owed something like $50,000 in some publishing to you have all these other allegations? And also, how were you looking for these things and setting these things up?
So I have allegations of this man getting close to me. There's allegations of him being touchy-feely. There's allegations of Puffy drugging people's drinks and then him waking up in the bed with women. There's allegations of him getting drugged and waking up in the bed with women and Puff. There's allegations of, apparently, I saw an allegation of Lil Rod saw Puff and Justin get into a fight with somebody at a studio, and then they went into the bathroom.
Oh, yeah, and he shot
the
dude.
The gunshot went off.
Yeah.
And then the dude was inside the bathroom, and they walked out, and they was like, hey.
And they say it happened outside. Yeah.
Then apparently, he came in, but he got shot down a block. He walked all the way back to the studio, then down the hall. I don't know if that story is even real.
Well, there was a shooting at that studio, but it's still... that's what you see when it feels very shifty. And then here's my question.
I've never known Justin to be like...
Not even that. So you said you woke up, you said Puff was drugging people's drinks. So he found out, the only logical thing would be he found out the same night Puff was drugging people's drinks, and then he woke up that next day in the bed with some girls and Puff, and then he said, whoa, this is crazy, and then he never came back again.
No, he came back.
Okay, so then I have to wonder, who is this person? Why is he finding all of these things over, once again, what is some publishing and like $50,000? Where does this turn into you wanting to tell? Is this all because you want to get paid for this Love album? Is that what's pushing all of this over the edge?
For sure.
Or is there not someone else helping? This is the only thing on paper that even can justify why they're raiding his house.
Because the Cassie thing, that was a civil.
Yeah, civil. He handled that before that even got to. He just paid her. Yeah.
So that's done.
Yeah.
And I'm certain she had to sign some stuff with that.
The only thing that's saying all these allegations
is Little
Rod. And that's where I'm going. Why is no one paying attention?
They got all 3 of my houses raided because of a Little Rod allegation. But also,
as of right now,
what is it? A couple weeks prior is when Puff started suing the
Diageo.
That's when Puff started suing Diageo. And then maybe a couple weeks later, all of this stuff started happening. I'm not saying, like, I don't want to be like the conspiracy theory guy, but like that's not even a conspiracy theory.
No,
like it's why people who don't believe in conspiracy theories are idiots because you're
They're
literally
naive.
saying that people never have conspired without your knowledge. Like you're like, I don't believe,
a moron.
You're like, I don't believe conspiracy theories. You don't think people have conspired? Me and Maestro conspired about our conversation before we came and sat here.
Facts.
What are you talking about?
They would never.
Are you an idiot? So if I'm a Diageo, a billionaire company that made Puff the billionaire he is, and now you playing with my money, okay, we're going to play with your legacy. Not saying that that's what's happening, but I'm just saying don't act like it's not happening.
It seems very feasible. I mean, that's the only thing that that they have on Puff at this point.
He likes to party.
But that's
and he
also,
doesn't like to give
that's
people
also
his
what
publishing.
That's also what made the liquor what it is, and they were happy about that because he parties. And then he's a record label.
Puffy's never given people their publishing.
He's a record label. But I'm just saying, that is neither has Birdman. It's just they're staying out of certain games. Birdman isn't going into a legal battle with fucking Smirnoff. You know what I mean? It's different.
It's a different type of.
It's a different kind
of play. It's a different kind of. We'll destroy your entire reputation, so we can say to the judge, "Hey, we can't even use him anymore. His entire persona is tarnished.
Facts.
So
why would we pay
how
him?
could we keep? We have to end this relationship, regardless. So." Let's
Sean Diddy Combs and Diageo resolve legal dispute.
When this happened?
I'm looking. It says January 16th, 2024. Sean Diddy Combs and Diageo have resolved all disputes. Both parties announced on Tuesdays, apparently ending a long and complicated legal battle wherein Combs alleged the liquor giant had not supported marketing agreements involving Ciroc, vodka, and De Leon tequila. The parties announced the resolution in a brief statement severing their business ties. So they severed in January. Sean Combs and Diageo have now agreed to resolve all disputes between them. Mr. Combs has withdrawn all of his allegations about Diageo and will voluntarily dismiss his lawsuit against Diageo with prejudice. The statement attribution to both parties reads, Diageo and Mr. Combs have no ongoing business relationship, either with respect to Ciroc vodka or De Leon tequila, which Diageo now solely owns. Okay, so he's out.
He's out.
That makes you wonder too. January? Yeah, this all seems like
he's out.
He sued them in May of 2023 in New York Supreme Court in Manhattan.
But I mean, I don't know, bro. I don't know.
I think they're
maybe, but then also, does Homeland Security come and raid your stuff like that?
Everybody says if they come like that, they got something.
Yeah, but what do they have?
That's what I want. Well, also, what do they have if he's at his house in Miami right now dancing around? You seen that video, right? Yeah,
Who's dancing?
Diddy.
What do you mean?
He's on his dock. It looked like he's smoking the end of a joint, and he's just he blasted music and dancing. He got a bucket hat on. You said you haven't seen this? It's from very far away, but they got. Diddy.
Hey man, you gotta stay happy somehow.
Yeah, I mean, he's in his Star Island mansion, chilling. So I think he'll be okay.
Jesus Christ!
Where's this video? I'll show you. It's crazy. This got to be happening to you for you to be trending. Oh, man, they posted a video of how they raided the crib. Oh, this is wild. Diddy's son, Justin Combs' mother, Misa Hilton, posted a video on Instagram of the raid on Diddy's mansion.
She did? Misa did?
Yeah. This is wild. So they're
What's
pulling
all
up,
that for,
They're pulling
bro?
up with tanks. Tanks with
What's all that for,
you could
bro?
shoot out the top.
Well, what's all that for, bro?
This is insane. And then they're just opening the car doors. You know they're scratching the shit.
Yeah, I know they're destroyed. Why have you break? Why are you
and
taking
now they're turning off all the cameras.
Why are you turning my cameras?
They got drones all in the house.
What's that for?
And they got the kids against the
Why
wall.
they got Christian against the wall like that? Why?
This is wild. For what? If you're listening to this, you can watch the video on YouTube. It'll be. This is crazy. Now they're backing up.
Why are they doing all that, man?
That's what I thought was Quincy at first.
They just doing that to, bro.
She said the overzealous and over-militarized force used against my sons Justin and Christian is deplorable. If these were the sons of a non-black celebrity, they would not have been handled with the same aggression. The attempt to humiliate and terrorize these innocent young black men is despicable.
Yep.
Enough is enough. Did Justin need several laser beams from forearms pointed at his chest?
Nope.
Did Christian need a gun pointed at the back of his head while he was handcuffed?
Nope.
How many times have we seen unarmed black men not make it out of those types of situations alive? My son's attorney, Jeffrey Lichtman, is investigating the excessive use of force, which was unnecessary and certainly not required by the search warrant. We will fight for justice, utilizing every imaginable resource. I'm not with the propaganda.
Yeah.
Not facts.
I agree.
Because I'm not going to lie, that's like, nah. And my mom always said this too. She was like, as a black parent, it's unfortunate, but you always know, like, at any time, stuff like that can happen. You know what I mean? Like, well, not obviously not a raid, but just like a police figure holding a gun, or or pulling your son over and using excessive force. Like, you just know that can happen, and it's just crazy to think. You would think, as a black man who's a billionaire, who's in business with a lot of people, everyone knows your kids. You know what I mean? In this town, you live in Beverly Hills. You would think there's no way someone's holding a gun other than them being kidnapped.
Bro, this is a public lynching.
Yeah.
Everybody think nothing got better. This is a public lynching.
This is how they do it now.
This is how they do it now. This is how they lynch you publicly. This is how they kill you. This is
because how is he supposed to make money after this? Like, I mean, other
everybody's publishing. He
gave some of it back.
He did. He gave some of it back, but he's still the label. Like, just because I gave some of your publishing back,
that don't keep you living like that. He still got, like they say, like $100 million.
I mean,
on his homes.
He made he still has homes and properties everywhere. I'm sure
legal fees are gonna go crazy for this.
Legal fees are gonna go crazy.
This is crazy. The clock's running as we speak. Like this is insane. Then you got it. You think of all the things you get because you are who you are. That's all gone. Because people can't, publicly, doesn't, even if they're your homie, it looks bad. I don't know, man.
Man, like, I don't. Jokes aside, I don't want any, if he did something to someone, and, what I'm saying, they need to handle it legally, then yeah, but I feel like this is overboard.
Yeah.
I feel like this is extremely overboard. This is a message to niggas. There's something I'm missing. There's something we're missing.
That's what I want to. So that's what Chris Cuomo was saying. Going back to that,
I was mad when you clicked out of it. I was like, wait, we didn't even watch Chris Cuomo.
No, I know. My brain.
Shut him up. You know what I mean? You're doing on Combs. The first thing that bothered me about this is, why is a guy who's doing 28 years for voluntary manslaughter, and he didn't just turn himself in to do the right thing?
I saw the murder.
Noble cause.
They had him. Why is he
getting killed? The guy got arrested.
I
kind of turned myself in.
I don't understand why he gets a platform in prison, first of all. Like, if you want to punish the guy, shut him up. You know what I mean? You're doing your 28 years for murder.
What are you saying, though?
I'm saying that why does he get to give press statements about what's happening with Sean Combs? The guy should be in a box thinking about what he did for the next 20 years.
Would you want to interview him? Would you want to interview Suge Knight?
Of course. I'm a shameless opportunist.
I love
Chris Cuomo.
Suge, if you're watching this,
as a rule, I don't know why a prisoner who did something that bad is getting that kind of access to free speech. But the idea of this becoming more about hip hop, this investigation doesn't smell right from an investigative perspective. And I'll tell you why. Ordinarily, here's how it works. You start working bottom up in an investigation like this. This is essentially a RICO case, okay? This is a racketeering case. That's what they're going to do, is get him for ancillary activities that were part of what they're going to say was a criminal enterprise. You get the little guys. They start to bubble up. You now get your subpoenas out. You get your information, your web of networks of contacts and communications, which is a treasure trove these days because everybody's doing this all the time. Then you punctuate it with things that you now have an understanding where they might be and what they might mean, and you raid. And then you indict and or arrest. That's the way it usually works. Here, we didn't hear about a lot of these things until the raid, which may have been motivated by these civil suits, which are laid out very well, by the way, especially that little rod. It reads like a novel.
Yeah.
Yep.
Then there's no action on Diddy. Diddy's waving, going to Adam's friends' restaurants.
He was in Pura Vida in Miami filming with Wes Watson this weekend. Meanwhile, his sons have been arrested.
There's something off about this investigation. And what it smells like to me is that hip-hop is a great boogeyman for the feds. Hip-hop is bad. They don't see it as what it is now, which is my kids' culture, okay? My white kids living in the Hamptons live hip-hop. My daughter is going a little country on me. The songwriter, she's been writing some country, so I don't know where she gets that from. But I think that there are going to be some big surprises in this investigation of the nothing variety. And it's going to be a big problem for the feds. You bust a billionaire's house who's a major culture figure.
Yep.
You put his kids in cuffs. I know they thought there may be weapons in the house, and that's a protocol for them. But I tell you, I don't think they would have done it to Mark Cuban's kids. And I think that this is going to wind up having a nothing burger aspect.
You think so?
I'll tell you. I know that 90-10, anybody who's been around investigations will say, no way. They would have never raided his house if they don't have him. Look, an indictment is a probable cause standard. It's the lowest standard in our business. That's why we say you can indict a ham sandwich, right? I don't smell that they have him on the kinds of major felonies that were being teased early on, except for one component. He's got a lot of friends. No one's defending him right now. That makes me a little suspicious. Where are his friends?
Yep.
But it doesn't, it's not lining up right in terms of how they usually do this, Pat. I know I'm right.
When Suge Knight is...
Because they were probably like, yeah, Puff B, you know.
There's got to be something. I mean, like, I feel like that's the other thing, too. You're going to bust any rapper off straight stereotyping. They're going to be like, there's going to be something. And then when you fuck around and, like, let's be real, he wasn't even there, so I'm pretty sure he kind of knew. And he wasn't at the other house either. So, therefore, he made sure there was nothing. But then also, let's be real, he moves like a real corporation. Like, it doesn't.
You're not gonna. He's been raided before. Like, it's like this is my first rodeo, but this is also like the worst rodeo because they weren't trying to assassinate his character. Even when the Shine thing happened and he shot dude in a club.
Yeah, but we didn't have the internet either.
We didn't have the internet, and
his kids weren't of age. Because that's another thing too. They were little kids. Opposed to like now where it's like, no, there's like 4 grown men in this house. Like on paper, sure. But at the same time, that was excessive.
That's excessive.
Especially when it comes to like, it don't even, once again, why are you raiding? Why aren't you pulling up with?
Why don't you just pull up with a couple cars?
That's what I was going to say.
Go to the house. Mr.
We got
Combs,
a search warrant.
We got a search warrant. We're looking for, why do you have heavy artillery? Like shutting down the whole block like it's about to be a shoot.
Because they want to assassinate his character. They want even everybody they want people on the block to say, honestly, with everything that's going on, we'd appreciate it if you sold your house. They want that.
They want him out.
Because I'm not gonna lie, I always thought one of the dopest things, whenever you went to in LA a Diddy party or like a Puff Daddy party, there was literally private security and like all the driveways, like 2 houses over on each side of him. And I figured always he probably supplies that because he knows he's about to have a crazy party. And then he doesn't get noise complaints because he's going till 3 in the morning, 4 in the morning in his backyard. Loud music, no noise complaints. And I always thought, like, as a black man, to be in the middle of Beverly Hills next to the people who usually own our publishing and own our shit, and you're not getting noise complaints because either you've talked to everybody or everybody respects you enough to, Puff is doing a thing tonight, maybe it's, and that's that. That's a different kind of power, though, too, which people don't want you to have.
It's crazy.
It's crazy. You know what else wasn't on my 2024 bingo card?
What?
Before we wrap this up?
What?
Pharrell Williams and Chad Hugo embroiled in legal dispute over the Neptunes name.
My heart.
Why?
Because it's like, here's my thing. Pharrell, just give it to Chad. Like, not give it. Keep on splitting it equally. Like, Pharrell, you make enough money. Like,
this shouldn't even be an argument.
It should not even be any type of.
Even if Chad's doing this just as a, well, like, I should have something. Even if that's what it is.
That's fair.
Fine.
We are the Neptunes.
NERD is nothing without Chad.
And if it's NERD, give the other black guy, Chad, and him, give them the fair. It's NERD. Pharrell, your name, you are Pharrell. Like, you're a producer without the Neptunes. Like, you've produced God level songs without Chad. You don't need the whole Neptunes name, bro.
In the legal action, which was filed last week and first reported by Billboard on Mondays, attorneys for Hugo accused Williams of fraudulently seeking sole control over the Neptunes trademark, which they claim is a violation of their agreement to split everything equally. Well,
it probably wasn't even Pharrell. It was probably one of his people or something that did it. I don't know. Maybe it was Pharrell. Pharrell, you're supposed to be the peace guy. You're supposed to be the...
Throughout their over 30-year history, Hugo and Williams agreed to, and in fact have divided all assets.
Yes.
Hugo's attorney wrote, by ignoring and excluding Hugo from the any and all applications field by application for the mark of the Neptunes, applicant has committed fraud in securing the trademark and acted in bad faith. Pharrell is surprised by this, a rep from Pharrell said. We have reached out on multiple occasions to share in the ownership and administration of the trademark and will continue to make that offer. The goal here was to make sure a third party doesn't get a hold of the trademark and guarantee Chad and Pharrell share in ownership and administration.
And now have you. We don't know everything. We only know bits and pieces.
Right.
I've had to take family members to court myself because you got to get shit taken care of.
Right.
I think, something happened. I don't want to tell people's business. I think I could be wrong, but like copyright, people get copyrights when they go out of things. Some people in a group will acquire the copyright,
right? And
then you guys got to figure out how we can split this evenly. Some motherfuckers like Tony, he's like, this is mine, Raphael Sadiq. I did it.
Oh wait, okay. Raphael Sadiq is from Tony.
Yes.
Okay, so and that's why he's the most famous one, because I know his name. I know his name, and I know Twilight Tone. I know him, but I don't know the other guy, but I never knew who Twilight Tone was in that group with. And it's Raphael Sadiq. So he just took the shit and said, "It's me, nigga."
Yep.
Did he make no? Because Tone was probably making the beats and doing it.
I mean, I don't know. It feels good. Yeah, it feels good that you're there for me. Feels good.
It feels so good to me.
It feels good.
That song is so good.
It's so good.
Anybody gonna give me one more time?
So it's like, but it's also like I got things in my situation because like with my father's estate, there's something going on. The song ABC 123, my uncle Mark Gordon, who was in the group, my dad, he's a featured artist on the song. It's my dad, my uncle Mark, and my uncle Sean. But apparently, Sound Exchange has it for my dad, or something like that. And then Mark is like, no, I'm obviously on the song. And I'm like, I'm calling lawyers and stuff like, hey, he's obviously on the song. They're like, yeah, but we can't retroactively change contracts. Like if it's in the system as that's what it is, we can't go back. They have to.
So you just gotta break them off based off of they leave that responsibility up to the person.
But see, that's the thing.
That's crazy.
I wasn't there when none of the contracts were signed.
I don't know if my
dad. You might have said this is your song, Gerald. Or like I don't know.
Right.
I was not there.
Damn.
My grandfather would be mad because he was like, father and son. And I'm like, okay, show me the contract. If you give me the contract, I'll run this to we didn't have a contract.
Studio sessions work. Hey, Nick, you got something for this? That's why in the studio sessions it'd be funny.
But that's the thing. Also, my dad was a writer's writer. When he died, in his room, he had just notepads of songs everywhere throughout his room. All he did was write. So I knew I wasn't there for the first album, but on the second album, Father and Son album with my grandfather just took all of my dad's songs and then took out one verse and put his verse in. And I was mad because I was like, I really like those songs better when you weren't on them the way they were. But you wanted to put a Father and Son album out. You did it. So I don't know if that's what happened with the first album.
Why y'all ain't? Did y'all not do the drops of just the ones with him? Then y'all could have done also the Father and Son edition. And then you could have done. They just did one drop.
They just one drop.
Oh, could milk that.
They did that, and I'm just like, but I know what you did for the second album. So who's to say you wrote anything on the first album? Like my dad wrote all of his stuff. Like, so it's like, so now my grandfather's like, give me my publishing. I'm like, what publish? You show me your paperwork.
Show me your paperwork. You sound great. See, these be the things I be saying and motherfuckers don't be liking me. This is what it is. See, it's certain things but that's what I be saying. That's what I be trying to, we tell these stories so other young African Americans can understand. You are not slighted when there is no paperwork. Have paperwork.
Have paperwork. There's nothing wrong with having paperwork.
It doesn't matter.
You got to have your paperwork. Because honestly, it's like, what if somebody died? I don't know what situation y'all had set up.
Right. And it's kind of unfair to even put me in this because it's like, come on, man.
My dad had the label. It was his label. He ran it. He had artists. He had stuff. I don't know if he was a tyrant. I don't know if he was just, I don't know. But I can't legally and in good faith retroactively change.
Legally or in good faith. That is very true, though. Those are both good. You got a rock solid case.
I can't retroactively go in and change some shit. I can't.
Yeah, that's crazy. Especially with music. With movies, it's different too. Because with music, it's like nothing is on contracts. Motherfuckers just pop up, make songs. Hey, man, like I said, you got something for this? Bet. I'm going to just do, you know what, let me just do some backgrounds on this. It's all love.
So show me your contract. If you didn't get your paperwork done right, you can't be mad at me. Show me your contracts. If you show me your contracts, we can just walk this in right here. It's just a contract. Sign on both sides.
Right.
That's not.
Because I'm not going to be liable. That's the company who's supposed to be paying motherfuckers for this new name that pops up. For all I know, you're being extorted. Facts.
I don't know nothing about what you.
I made a deal with this guy. And that's another thing, too. I made a deal. This man right here. If we signed that is good for this long. Bro. Who these new niggas you bringing over here?
I gotta go, man. I gotta get to the screening.
All right.
Screening from I'm the producer on a movie.
Woo!
Yeah, it's called She Taught Love. Maybe we shouldn't promote it on this episode where we've talked about such crazy things such as, but I'm not going to say the third thing, but She Taught Love. Go check it out. My buddy Nate directed it. It's directorial feature presentation. I love you.
And thank God Lizzo quit music.
Oh, are we going to do this?
Just very quickly.
I had to do this.
I
have to be at the theater in 15 minutes. It's
Say
10
your
minutes
piece.
away, so 3 minutes.
I do love her songs. Can I say they are a sync person's dream? Like people who do sync music,
Here's
sync
what I
coordinator?
say. I want to say this about Lizzo. I love all women. I'm attracted to all types of women. I love big women, small women, tall women, little. I'm attracted to them. Like I like big girls. Like I like small. I like all types of girls, bruh.
Mm-hmm.
She gets on my goddamn nerves, and you don't have to get on my damn nerves. Like I feel like you're like attacking my intelligence because it's kind of like. I hate always going back to one situation, but when her butt was out at that basketball game and she bent over and started twerking, and then she was like, "Why are you mad at me? Nobody want to see my fat ass fucking half naked with my asshole out or my stomach out, my rolls all out at a basketball game.
And it's not the place.
I'm fat. Nobody wants to see my fat ass do that shit, Lizzo. You're not Rihanna. And you're attacking me. You're assaulting my kids at this game and then being mad when I'm mad. Why are you mad? You attacked me.
Yeah. I don't like the archetype she's set up for people to believe that it's okay. You know, unhealthy lifestyle. Like I said, hit pop songs that are great. She's a talented singer. She's a talented flute player. Motherfucker can play a flute.
She can play the hell out of that flute.
Man, bitch can play a flute.
I saw a dude. I was like,
yeah, she's crazy. But
great musician.
I don't like I don't like what she's pushing.
I just don't like how she publicly does something and people be like, for people to like give their opinion and then people will be like, ugh. And she'd be like, why are you being mean? Why are you putting this out in the world?
Thank you. But because she knows that's another thing. I think she's a very smart woman. I think she knows the game she's running. So that's another reason why I'm like, okay, it's so obvious the game your Instagram name is Lizzo Be Eating. We know we get it.
Listen, man, I was 330 pounds a year and a half, 2 years ago, something like that. I'm down to 230 pounds.
Woo!
I have been. Thank you. Being big is not healthy. It hurts. It hurts your heart. It's not a good thing. You don't look good. You don't feel good. Mm-hmm. And when you don't feel good, you don't act good. I felt ugly. I felt bad. I felt like, and a big part of loving yourself is you got to love you for you and who you are. But you could also work on that shit.
Facts. Thank you.
You can also like actively try to, work on that shit. And it's like, and wasn't she being mean to big girls on her tour?
Yes. She was making them do obscene things at strip clubs and the things that they're blaming Diddy of doing.
Okay, I gotta go.
All right, we'll wrap this up. We out. Peace.